content over everything.
Hello, Northern Ireland. When will you be at peace? Why are you always at one another's throats? I have a friend who said to me the other day, 2 years ago in fact was the other day, when I asked him, is there a problem still in Northern Ireland? Is there still friction between the two fractions? He said yes. I said, how do you cope with this? He said, we've learned to live with it. It's a crying shame that you have to be so intolerant with one another. Why is it Christians cannot get on together? I sit at home and I see an item on the news and I can almost see a stench rising from the ground. The stench comes down from the sky back to the ground where there's a division. There's a division of concrete or fences or barbed wire. Those are there to separate communities. There'd be no solution by just pulling the walls down, just pulling the concrete walls down. It has to be done by removing the stench. The stench comes from three things: hatred, fear, and mistrust. It's been there for many years. It's been cultivated by bad people. But before I say who bad people are, how has this evolved? Consider the question: when does the defender become the aggressor? Yes, it started with an aggressor. It started with a march in an area which only there to stir. And then the other side, they decided to have some marches as well. I was told when I go to Northern Ireland, don't mention the marching. Don't mention the marching season. It's a very sensitive subject on all sides. But the march tells us so much. The march, you can tell by people from their badges. They're invisible badges, but they've been manufactured by both sides. So each side knows if they're one of them or one of us. If you're not with us, you're against us, is the attitude there. Wouldn't it be better to be at peace? I think now of Germany and the celebrations of the end of the war, the signing of the peace treaty, the Armistice Day celebrations. Germany attended on one day, a few years back for the first time. They attended for one reason and one reason only. Was it to celebrate Britain and its allies winning the war? No. Was it there to celebrate Germany losing the war? No. Was it there because a piece of paper was signed? The Germans were not there that day to celebrate that. They were there to celebrate one thing and one thing only. They were there to celebrate peace. In Northern Ireland, when people march, do they celebrate peace? No. If you are truly peaceful, you will think of that, peace. If you're a holy man, you will remember the readings in the Bible. Remember the Good Samaritan. It came to me 2 weeks ago when I saw a window from a church of the Good Samaritan. How many Good Samaritans are there in Northern Ireland today? If you're a holy man and you're not a man of peace, if you're not a Good Samaritan, I suggest you think again. If you want peace, you will pursue peace. And you will stop conflict. The marches are not a good thing for peace. The peace parties are the answer. Yes, the peace parties to be formed by your government and yourselves. There's no good having a peace party in one place because the logistics will make it inconvenient to attend. The peace parties will be no use if they're in a parish, one church, and a few people attending, because only people that talk together already will do so. There must be about 10 peace parties on the day of the marches. And the thing is, stop going on the marches. If you really want peace, you will display it to your neighbours and you display it to your friends. You will display it to people who are not quite as friendly as they should be. You will attend the peace party instead of going to the march. If you're a priest or a vicar, are you interested in peace? If you're interested in looking after your flock, you must do so, and that is your task. But when the flock strays onto your ground, onto your field, do you cast them aside? I believe so often you do. If you want peace, you will look after your brothers, whether they go to your church or the one across the road. The peace parties are there for you to make peace, and they're to make the government do their job and form these parties. If they fail to do so, it's up to you. Remember the question: when does the defender become the aggressor? How many of you defenders are now aggressors? Pursue the peace parties. Thank you.
Come take over everything from your humanity.
Come, man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV.
Hello everyone.
Listen.
I've got some very sincere thoughts, some of which I've recorded. I doubt if I'll end up saving the world, but I'd like to save some of our experts from mistakes, our budding experts. Various aspects of up there, science, out in space. But let's get close to Earth first. Let us look around us, and what do we see? We see a dimension. We see one dimension, and to achieve anywhere in that dimension, 3 directions. Up, down, left, right, in and out.